With Giswater, it is possible to create a user operation and management for urban drainage. This user can perform analysis related to the work involved, from drawing sewer profiles, flow trace, flow exit, add visits, manage visits and select data by date. The events related to the element we are viewing are shown. Each event is part of a visit, which can be consulted using a button within the form. You can also add visits, view photos, and documents related to the events. Let us look at operation and management of urban drainage sewer in the management of water cycle. With Giswater, it is possible to create a field user who collect data about visits for repairs or inspection of sewer system. The details of visits can be saved and stored for future reference. Analysis results are stored under flow trace analysis layer in GIS. The results are for manholes, connections, gully, and conduits, with results either exit or trace, depending on the analysis carried out by the user. Selecting elements which are located downstream from the selected manhole. To make this selection, the tool searches in the manholes contiguous with the selected its maximum height, and in case when it is higher, for upstream, or lower, for downstream, it selects it and continues the search until the end of the network. One of the goals of this tool is to help find errors in the network, since the elements upstream or downstream must have a coherence of heights so that water flows through the conduits. If the top elevation of a manhole that should be upstream is smaller than its predecessor, the tool will stop, and it will not be selected. You are also able to view selection results of all customers, manholes, gully, and conduits resulting from the analysis. Upstream is another tool which works in a similar way like downstream. This tool allows the user to select a specific manhole of the network and show all the elements that are upstream of the chosen manhole. To show these elements, the tool selects all of them by painting yellow, and it is possible to visualize them both in the graphical interface on a map window as well as in the attribute tables, where they are also selected. With these analysis, the user can view affected sewer connections in case of blockage. The user can trace its extent and affected customers, conduits, gully, and nodes. The longitudinal profiles are technical representations of a part of the urban water drainage system. This tool automatically creates longitudinal profiles of the area that the user wants. To choose which elements should be represented, the user must select a start manhole and a final manhole. The longitudinal profile will represent all the conduits and manholes that are between these two manholes, including themselves. In addition, there is an option of selecting an additional manhole which, in case the initial and final manholes have two possible routes, will mark the direction by which the profile should be drawn. The user can, optionally, establish a profile ID. With the button in the bar at the top of the form, you can choose by standing on top of one and clicking, and then do the same in the second. Once we have values for these manholes, we will see how the sections located between the manholes appear in the list, which will also be selected on the map. At this time, we will be able to click the Draw button to create the desired longitudinal profile. The Clear Profile button deletes the data we have selected. The representation is a graphic type with a table of dimensions in the lower part. It shows the following data: elevation and maximum elevation of the manhole, Y max of the manhole, Material and diameter, slope and length of conduits. Data from the connections that arrive to the conduits. Mention title and date. This is an especially useful tool to obtain a graphic representation of the network in a quite simple way. In addition to drawing new longitudinal profiles, the tool allows to load existing ones. To keep a profile registered, it must be saved using the Save Profile button. All the ones which are saved can be displayed again by clicking Load Profile through the main form of the tool. For demonstration purposes, we choose to clear the drawn profile. You have learned about the functionality of Giswater, with what a user operation and management can do in sewer systems. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.